So, remember Peter Fabre used to tell me a story, thing. He said, you meet a lot of people that, Jerry and Linda, they're saved people. They go to a business, and that business convinces you that this man that died in the Roman Empire 2,025 years ago saved you in a magic afterlife, right? He says that, that Peter Fabre says, they tell me that they were saved, when they go to that store and the guy convinces them. He says, I was saved 2,025 years ago when that happened. It's like, no, none of you are saved. It's okay. Science. Okay. Science. Why do you think Jesus sits? Okay, if Jesus saved you all when the Romans crucified him in year one, okay, and this is your book. I always explain this to my family like a gazillion times, right? More than the engineers that make those fucking tires, right? Sit there and say, if he saved you all by being crucified on the cross to go to a magic place after you're dead, why did he say, why have you forsaken me? And why did he say, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do? Those were his last words. If there was last word, no. If it went the way you fuckers all say it, though, everything's gone according to plan. It is done, and you are all saved. He would have said that, but he didn't say that. Okay. So everybody that says that is like, well, then why didn't Jesus say so? And Jesus doesn't say that. And in the Bible, when that one lady comes up and sits there and says, well, my sons be on your right hand side when the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I can't tell you that, lady. I'm not God. I can't make decisions for your sons. Okay. He says that. Okay, they have the Romans. When the Romans sit there, you're saying you're God. I didn't say that. You say I say that. I'm saying that none of you are God. We're all given life by God, and we need to accept that, And so when you go read the Bible, and then what people that read it and teach it for money say it says, and then when you get somebody who shall not teach it for money and claims to be, because when you read Revelation, my life story's in there. And the Quran, and I tell people that. I don't tell them it's just a book of Revelation. I said there's 5 rabbinic documents, much more. The Shinto documentation has me in it. The Buddhist. Okay, when you watch the Matrix movies and everybody, that's about Jesus. No, that's actually about the Buddha. That's about the Krishna. What? But it talks, why? Relativity. Okay, how come the Hindus, the Indians, talk about Jesus and his life and his existence and their religious prophecy? Okay. And the Christians, what do you mean the Christians don't talk about? That's bullshit. The Christians talk about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Christians talk about, all the world and all the people. Christians talk about the same stuff that the Hindus and the Buddhists talk about. Because it's one big dirt cloud covered by one big Rastafari and unity. Okay, so they all do. Okay. They all talk about the world unity movement of people understanding their eternal existence through an infinite essence of life, an origin of all things that Krishnamurti talked about, right? And, people corrupted. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. That's because of their tribalism and their violent sex cult tribalism and their biological and psychological conditioning. Okay. That can be easily remedied once you explain to them, that ain't them dogs' real voices, right? That it's as simple as that. I always tell people this, if science invalidates your religion, it's mythology. Okay. If science proves your religion, it's religion. Okay. Science proves my religion. It doesn't invalidate it. Okay. My religious beliefs, my faith. Science validates it every time. And people, I'm not just making this up. Okay, I believe this way my whole life. That's why I left corporations behind me. I joined the Mormon church because I felt Amy needed that kind of church guidance. She's one of those type of people. Like I told Dad the other day, you can't fix stupid. No, stupid people will do as they're told. Okay. If you get them to believe that money's real and there's a magic place in the sky, they'll get together people that do that. Okay. Do they believe it? No, most of them don't believe it. Amy didn't believe it. She thought it was complete bullshit. She knew it was all bullshit. She was just doing as she was told. Okay. But when you do that, when you lie to people, and you give them bullshit and say it's real values and stuff like that, then you're opening Pandora's box to get away with shit because everybody does it. No, the president knows that the president does it. Yeah, the fucking assholes at Huachuca. We can program people like we're programming a video game. We can't get them to do anything they don't want to do. And that's not true. That is not true. Okay. And like I told that one lady, she thought I was a creep and was looking at me, and I said, when we were getting food donated, I said, you got to understand, you cannot trust the people in the military. They will kill you. They will send you to a food center and put shit in the food that kills you slowly, like pesticides and herbicides and driving cars and putting people by the freeway, and then having the people in the military, the same thing like they talked about with Elon Musk's dad, with the people working on the uranium. And his dad living up on the hill away from the uranium and where it floated, and the people that were working in it down there with the stuff in the uranium, it was killing them. And he'd just replace them. Like, you see what I'm saying? And so that's the way these people are. And I told her that. I said, the people in the military, if you sit there and they say, okay, to stay in the military and you got to rape a dog. And if you don't rape a dog, they will kill you, and the next person will rape the dog. And she was like, that's just creepy. I said, no, that's the military. I was in the military. I know what they're like. Okay. Okay. If you want to stay in it, that's what they do. This is the criteria, rape a dog. And if you say, I won't rape a dog, then they'll kill you. Code red on Martinez. You can't handle the truth. Okay, that's what happens. And tried to explain it to her, and I tried to explain it to her in a way that, wow, that's horrible. Yeah, it is. And they're your heroes, and you walk up to them all the time and say, thank you for our freedom. You sacrifice all so we can be free. I hear about some squirrely guy who, and that's why I don't, do you ever listen to, he is the most bipolar person in the world. He's a train wreck. He's a bigger train wreck than Amy Winehouse. You ever listen to Merle Haggard's musical catalog? Okay. Marty Robbins is not a train wreck. Okay. He's a guy trying to do good, dealing with the bullshit. Okay, but he doesn't get on this thing where, hey, if you don't do like our country says, I'll kill you. I'll kill you if you don't sit there and believe in the magic cloud kingdom. He's not like that. He's just like, I go out and I do bad things and I break the law. And then the magic god from the skies tells me, if you want to get the magic afterlife, you better do good, Marty. Okay. That's Marty Robbins. So when you listen to Marty, it's like, it's magical, sweet, and it's sweet, but But man, Merle Haggard and some of those others, you're like, oh God, this stuff is wacky. How do people keep listening to that? My dad will go listen to those, still likes and listen to those songs, and I'm like, okay, Dad, you do realize that Jesus and the apostles are not welcome in Muskogee, Oklahoma, right? Beads and Roman sandals won't be seen. Yeah, football's still the roughest game on campus, and kids here still respect college name. Yeah, these people are nuts. Okay. They'll cut their hair real short, line up, go kill a bunch of gooks, and then, tell the guy in the wheelchair, you're a hero, till the end of his life, because he went and killed people that were being exploited in a foreign country, and now they're being exploited even more because we took over, right? You're like, hey, you're running down my country house. I'm not running. When someone tells you the truth about bullshit and they're not living the Lord's Prayer, and Jesus and the apostles can't be in Muskogee, Oklahoma, you need to open your bucking eyes, Buccaneers. You damn pirates. You Perry pirates, right? And so they don't understand. You can't. It's like talking to professional wrestling fans. They're wacko, right? And so, as we move forward in this, I guarantee you that I'm the dude from the Book of Apocalypse, and I did my job, and I did it very well. Excellent. The only reason I did it more, it's because the evil ones have gotten more selfish and more evil, and this is my time, okay? And that's why it's been above and beyond and what's considered more exceptional than any other. The other people, all the magic stuff didn't happen. Okay, and like I told you, if they invented a wormhole and used Parsons Aeronautics to retrieve Jesus and Muhammad and moved them to the year 3000, would you still believe of them as the Messiah? Would you still have faith in God? If the answer is yes, then you can help me do this. If the answer is no, that I'm crazy, it's like, why have you forsaken me? I forgive you because you're crazy. Okay. Because when science can validate your religion, it's real. When science can invalidate your religion, it's not, it ain't them dogs' real voices. It's not real. And you believe in shit that's not real. That's why you will kill people over money and call people a hero over it, right? And give them drugs to lay back and enjoy the rape. All right, Connie Chung and Bobby Knight? Okay. West Point. I've had enough of Annapolis. And what about Colorado Springs? It's a pretty town, but there's lots of pretty towns in the world where people get together because of strategic military value and mass murder over the resources and say it's their God-given right. Their inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's not true. You read the book, that's not true. You have to understand natural laws, obey natural laws, sustain yourself through obeying those natural laws given to you by the glory of God. If you go in contrast to those natural laws, you are an abomination. If you think you can go drop nuclear weapons on this beautiful planet that was given to you life and take the components of the sun, which we don't live on, you might as well be walking on the sun, right? Hey, now you're an all-star. Okay, so smash mouth, and so boom, you're an abomination. You put everything at risk because you got ego problems because you want to be the fuck money engineer, right? So you need to quit. I'm just quantuming your computing and computing your quantuming. Quando. All right? Well, because I love people. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. I'm not like you. I'm not a tit for tat guys. I'm trying to save you from getting killed by robotics immediately, LY, by your business competition. You stand up for the Lord's Prayer. You make all those perverts. You sit there and you just say that's it. You just totally reverse yourself. You reverse a Custer decision so you don't end up going down there and getting killed, and not even Dustin Hoffman can talk you out of it. The invisible Bert, the alien's gonna come get you. Okay. Boop 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 doo 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 boop. You're afraid of what's up there or down there, depending on your direction of gravity. I'm certain that if you're in the Jerton and the Curtain, if you're in New Zealand or Australia, you should say you should be afraid of what's down there. Okay? Because they're down under, and when they're down under, you go down there. So you're further down there. You're going down instead of up. Okay, up. Shouldn't in the United States and with Las Cruces, isn't more sideways? Instead of up, as you know how gravity works. Okay. Up there would be at the North Pole with old Elon Musk and his wackadoodles. You're funny. I'm going to go. You're being obnoxious? Yes. How do you go from... It's just the way gravity works. If you're standing sideways on planet Earth near the equator and you go that way, you're not going up. You're just going sideways in what you perceive as vertical when it's actually not. Okay? It's gravity. You'll figure it out. Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Peace out.